Hello, I'm Emma from English, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use some of my favourite English body idioms. English idioms probably drive you crazy. Idioms are really common expressions, and together the meaning of these expressions is different than the individual meaning of each word. So in this example, we're not talking about a crazy driver. If someone or something is driving you crazy, they're really annoying. Together, the words have a different meaning than individually. Of course, there are hundreds and hundreds of English idioms. And actually, you might recognize some of them because they might be similar to expressions and idioms in your own language. In English, there are really commonly used idioms, and there are some that are more obscure or less commonly used. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on a few that are very commonly used. Now, idioms are really creative, imaginative, and fun ways to use language. If you're studying for your IELTS or your TOEFL exam, or generally you just want to impress someone with your English, then learn to use a few idioms. Anyway, let's get started. Remember that I've chosen these idioms because they all are to do with the human body somehow. Pain in the neck. Now this idiom is similar to the first one we spoke about, drive you crazy. So if something or someone is a pain in the neck, they're really annoying. They said that my car was going to be at the mechanics for over a week. It's such a pain in the neck. Or, I hope he doesn't bring Peter, he can be a real pain in the neck. Stop it, you're being a real pain in the neck. Now you can also use pain in the butt or pain in the ass. And so these two options are a little more crude, a little ruder. You probably wouldn't, well, you definitely wouldn't use those with your boss or someone you just met. But, you know, with your friends or when you're being quite casual, you can say pain in the butt or pain in the ass. Same meaning. So the next one, play it by ear. So this is when you don't have a plan and you choose not to have a plan. You want to just make it up as you go, be a bit flexible. Do whatever you feel like at the time. For example, we don't really have a plan for tonight, we're just going to play it by ear. You know, if you're hungry, you'll eat. If you want to dance, you'll dance. If you want to go for a walk, you'll go for a walk. If you decide you want to go to the movies, you go to the movies. You just make it up and you do whatever you feel like at the time. You're playing it by ear. Here's another. We don't know what the weather's going to be like this weekend for the camping trip, so we might have to play it by ear. It's kind of like wait and see, and we'll make up our plan closer to the time. I'm sure you've heard of this one, to cost an arm and a leg. So then something is really expensive. If it costs an arm and a leg, it's expensive. Taking a family of 5 on a trip to Fiji, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. I love their new kitchen, but it must have cost them an arm and a leg. I want my kids to have the best education possible,